Bonjour. So today I felt like a really big treat. This is a cake that I've been making for a very long time. It actually takes its origin from Belgium. So as you know, Belgium is very well known for its chocolate. I figured that I would share one of my favorite recipes with you, which is that Belgian chocolate cake. So what you need for that is not a whole lot. And so I'm going to show you. We have 6 ounces of chocolate in here. Of course, I picked Belgian chocolate. So this chocolate comes from Belgium. You can find it at Trader Joe's or in different specialty stores. I decided to mix a very dark bitter chocolate with some milk chocolate. So it's probably 2/3 of the 6 ounces is dark chocolate, and then 1/3 of that 6 ounce is milk chocolate. But it is chocolate that contains cocoa butter, so it's a very good chocolate to melt and to work with. It's wonderful. And then I have about 1.5 sticks of butter. We also have 4 eggs. We have 7 tablespoons of flour right here. Now, for my family, we do cook gluten-free, so this is gluten-free flour, but you can also make this with regular flours. And we also have, now I've decided to go, because we like this formula, it's just sweet enough for us, 1/3 of a cup of sugar. You can do 1/2 cup of sugar. You can go all the way to 3/4 of a cup of sugar if you like, if you have a very sweet tooth, but that's your choice. So what else do I need? Well, I'm gonna need a buttered dish to cook my cake into. First step, number 1, we are going to put this chocolate and butter to melt in a bain-marie. So we have a pot on the stove that's with water. We're waiting for it to warm up, and this should melt our chocolate and butter. Why on a bain-marie? This avoids the chocolate to overcook. If you overcook chocolate, it becomes gritty, it becomes dry and burnt, and you don't want that. So what do we do with the eggs? We're gonna separate them. So I'm gonna put the yolks in here and the whites in here. The whites will be beaten with the egg beater right there behind me, my robot. And so the whites in here and the yolks in the other dish. There you go. So we've got, of course, I wash my hands 20 zillion times under the hot soapy water, so that's not a problem. Here we go. So we've got 4 eggs separated. All right, so I'm going to put my egg whites right here so I can beat them up. And I'm going to add a pinch of salt, just a pinch like this. That's it. While this is getting ready, I'm going to mix my sugar with my egg yolk. Just gonna take a fork and beat it until it becomes pale yellow. So this is what you want. It's getting a little lighter as you beat it. So that's the sugar and egg yolk. You can take a look at these egg whites, and they're getting thick, fluffy, and solid, practically solid. So we're gonna stop it. This is the consistency that you want. Look at that. It's sticking to the beater, and it's coming out in clumps. That's exactly what you want. You don't want anything more or less. That's perfect. So let's take a look at this chocolate and see how it's doing. If it's melted. Not quite. It's getting there. So you stir it. All right, so I have just a few more clumps. The water's hot enough. I can hear it boil. So you can turn your stove off before you're done with the task. The water's hot, so it's gonna keep my chocolate warm. And I'm able to continue to stir until there's no solids left. So everything will be nice and soft. If you just use milk chocolate, you're not gonna get the same taste. You're not gonna get the real chocolatey pound cake taste. So this is very important to use as dark as you can or a mix. Now, if you didn't have any milk chocolate and you only had dark chocolate and it's very bitter, then you're allowed to use your 3/4 cup of sugar. You will need it because you don't want your cake to be bitter. Okay, I believe this is ready. So what do? I take this out. I'm gonna work over here. So this is nice and hot, and what I wanna do is add my eggs. No, you have to be extremely careful because you don't want your eggs to curd. So it's important to keep stirring as you mix your eggs in there. So as you pour your eggs in, you want to continue stirring because you don't want it to burn. All right, so we're gonna turn on the oven now at 350. Now I'm going to add my 7 tablespoons of flour to my chocolate mix. No clots, there's no bits, no pieces, so it's all good. And now, last stage, we are going to mix it to the egg whites. So my chocolate's still hot, so I want to do a little bit at a time. Okay, because you don't want those egg whites to flatten right away. So I'm going to start mixing that little bit of chocolate in there. Okay, now we're going to add, I'm ready to add the rest of the chocolate mixture. Just love the smell. It's just really fun to make because the house will smell like chocolate. And who doesn't want a chocolate smelling house, really? So here we go. We're going to continue mixing this chocolate. Make sure we have a nice mixed chocolate sauce here. It looks like chocolate sauce. That looks good. So now, last step. I am going to pour my batter into my greased or oiled dish. So we want to make sure that all sides have been nicely buttered. So this makes a cake for a good, I'd say 10 servings, maybe 8. I mean, depends how much you love chocolate. In our family, it probably makes 6 servings. I mean, if you really love chocolate, it might just be enough for 2. Definitely need an apron to work with chocolate. Again, this is a traditional cake that I learned to make when I was in Belgium. So we're gonna put this cake in the oven at 350, and we're only gonna cook it for 20 minutes. When you do a cake like this, 20 minutes is plenty. You don't wanna overcook it. So here we go, it's going in. I'm gonna put it down there. And I'm gonna put my timer on, 20 minutes. Okay, it just beeped. We're gonna take a look. Ooh, I need to check, make sure the batter is ready. And it is, the cake is ready. So 20 minutes at 350 is definitely what you want. It's very tempting, right? But we have to let it cool off for a few minutes before we can actually take it out of there. All right, so a few minutes have gone by, and I'm telling you, really a few minutes, not very long has gone by. Because I have a lot of pressure to try and see if this cake is really worth it. I know it is, but here we go. So we're gonna flip it and hopefully it comes out. Ooh, heard it. It did. Ooh, and there it is. Lovely. So here's the wonderful cake. I probably need to move it a bit in the center. This is the chocolate cake that I promised you. Let's take a look and see inside. This is what that's what it's gonna look like. And this is what it looks like. It is a chocolate pound cake. It's rich. It's very chocolatey. It's almost like a brownie, but not as sweet as a brownie. It's very unique. You have to try it. So I hope you enjoy it. We are certainly going to. I hope you enjoy watching this video and that you will make the cake for your family. Enjoy and see you soon.